Hey everybody, it's Peter at the Reboot. I'm not at the Reboot. I'm at the side of my house here in Ottawa. Project I'm going to be working on over the next 3 to 4, if not 5 days, is this side walkway down the house. Can you see that? There's been some major subsidence since we moved in and had this built. So the project will be to lift up these interlocking bricks from about here where I've got that stone marked and take it down to where you see that 2x3 leaning up against the side of the pillar down there. Lift them up and then it's buried under a pile of garbage right now. You can see all the stacks of stone dust, bags of stone dust there. So to get these stones up, stack the stones, the interlocking bricks up there, somewhere down here, get the crushed stone in here, go rent a tamper, a power tamper, I'm not sure what you call them, a compactor, and get a grade down in here that I'm happy with. Get the grade tilt or angle away from the house. We've had some big pooling here in the winter months, and when you get the pooling, you get the freezing, so we essentially have an ice rink right here as you step off the stairs. So that's the project. I test removed one interlock brick. These things are not small, so that's going to be a big job just to get these out of here. And there you can see the crushed stone underneath. Gonna have to take away this river stone as well. Okay, let's get busy. Gonna be a big piece of work just to get the pavers up. Which side is which? Again, a nice little quick solution. Instead of going out and buying another set of pads for doing this kind of work, it's going to make it really easy. I think we're just going to do up those two on each side. These are hockey knee pads, everyone. Not every Canadian has them, but a good number of us have them. And like I said, nice and easy on the knees to go. There we go. It's perfect weather for this. It's one of the reasons why I held off doing this project until the fall. We decided, my wife and I, that we were going to do this project probably in July or August, and you know, stinking hot that time of the year. Held it off to the fall. Now it's drizzly. It's a warm fall day, but it's not too bad, obviously. But that's the reason why we pushed it off. Okay, one of the other motivators for doing this project, we went and we got quotes for this. 3 quotes came in between $7,000 and $9,000. A little pricey, people. There are labor shortages due to the pandemic, but that's pretty pricey. Also, they wouldn't do the job for a year because they're very busy. Understandable, but given the case concerning the time frame and the cost, I'm going to give this a shot myself, and you know what? It's not going to be as good as a professional landscaper, but it's going to be better than where it is right now. Enough gabbing. Let's get started. Get myself a weed puller. And what I'm going to do with these is very simple. Just take them, pile them like this, row by row. If the hockey pads weren't enough, you can already see with the first couple of bricks pulled up that I'm a novice at this. So as I make my way through this exercise over the next 2 to 3 days, I start to scrape those bricks clean as they come up. It's obviously easy to replace and reset with a clean brick. So it's something I learned by doing, but if you're going to engage in a project like this, you're going to want to lift up those bricks, scrape them clean, and set them aside. people. That's the first several feet of the interlocking bricks. I'm going to continue this tool of laying them out on this section of the walkway up to about here. And then after that point, I'm probably going to stack them down at that end. The first 10 to 12 feet are lifted, stored up there in front of the garbage bins. Garbage bin doors, believe it or not, can still open. Time for my first break of the day. Maybe I'll try to do these in 10-foot sections. Take a half-hour break. When I come back from the break, that's actually close to how much it's subsided. I'm not going to bring the level up the 2 to 3 inches that you see under there. I'll still prop that stair up. If I do bring it up that high, then we'd create a ridge and I wouldn't get the angle or the flow going downhill out to the street. If I come up that high, there'd be a ridge right in here. You know, I'd have to go all the way back to the backyard there and actually raise it all probably like 6 inches way back there. And that is not going to happen. Got a little cart here to move things around with. This is hard work, everyone. Hats off to all the landscapers out there who bust their butts doing this all summer long. There's the stack of bricks so far. I've got essentially from my feet all the way down there to do still. That's going to take me the rest of today for sure. If I'm not exhausted within the hour to 2 hours anyways, and just decide to quit for the day. Okay, let's get back at it. The wheel broke on my little cart. As you can see it under there, it's bent. This one right here. So I'm going to use the wheelbarrow. There's a lot of debris left over in terms of the material that was in between the bricks to secure them in place that ends up on top of the gravel bed. You definitely want to clean this up as you do the job. You want to get this out of the way before you get ready to lay down the new crushed stone. You can see now that I've started to scrape the side of the bricks. This area right in here has the deepest hole to fill. So we're going to drop off 3 bags here. Alright, it's the start of day 2 out here. I've got about another 15 feet of stone to lift, of interlock brick to lift. This is hard work. Last night I went out to Home Depot to get some more 60-pound bags of the crushed stone that goes underneath that I'm going to use to raise the bed. Not sure that I have enough. I've got 16 bags total. And boy, hats off to all the landscapers out there. I know I'm giving you a bit of a knock with the fees that you wanted to charge me to do this job, but this is hard work. I've got the time to do it. I think I've got the know-how to do it. Clearly not as good as a professional landscaping company, but giving it a go, no doubt much slower. I'm a one-person crew. So let's keep banging on with this. It's going to go a little quicker this morning. I'm close to the area where I want to stack, so I don't have to put them on a trolley or in a wheelbarrow to move them. So that should go a little quicker. A lot of dirt on the side of the bricks. You know, like there is a sand material that I'm aware of that you're supposed to put, you know, sweep in between interlocking bricks when you lay them down. I'm left with the impression that the crew that had the contract to put our bricks in place just used garden dirt, which probably not the best material and obviously would lead to weed growth in between the bricks. So I mean, that's garden dirt. That's not that ceiling sand that you put in between. There's some of it's sand, some of it's dirt. And so what I'm doing is I'm scraping off this material because putting the bricks back down, I'll need them to be relatively clean. So I'm getting that done as I take them up. but I'm left with, essentially this is mostly dirt. So I'm trying to collect it, removing it, and not having this organic matter between the layers of the crushed stone as I put the stones back in place. Beautiful fall day out here. All right, I've come to the end point of where I'm going to stop pulling, and the first few feet are going to go back down almost immediately. I've actually scraped out because there was a ridge. There was a high point in here about half an inch. It came down, there was this ridge, and then it continued on here. So I've shaved out what I think is enough. Like I said, I'm going to repack these bricks that you see just hanging around right here at this area. So the first repacking begins. From that bag all the way down to the end there, it is now ready for me to start to open the bags and loosely fit the gravel here. I've got 16 bags, 7 of them, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out right now. I suspect I'm gonna need more of them in here, but let's start with the 7 and see how it goes. So, you know, 1.5 inches here. I have to raise it up over in here. And where it's sitting on that stone over there, I don't know if that's full 3 inches or not, but that's how much it's coming up. I'm going to be laying down that much, so the majority of the crushed stone is going to be right here in this area. Not so much back there. Right now, the walkway pitches in towards the house up there, so the idea is to bring it level and just above level so that it pitches out to the outside of the property, so that it drains right down between the two properties, right down along the fence line there. I'm not going to raise it at all at this point, but that's the high point on the right side here. And then let's see if I can show this here. I have to bring it up like that. If you can see that past my arm. So a bit of a wedge coming in there. It's almost exactly to the top of the dirt here, but that's at this point that's where I want it to be. And we're going to bring it up to that point as we work our way back. And I'm going to bring in the tamper to bring this down, so to tamp it down. So I'm going to have a couple bags left over because I'm sure this is going to drop quite a bit. So I like that. We've got the bubble. We've got a slight camber. I don't know what to call it out that way at this point. It's a start. See what 3 bags look like in this area here. Okay, so what I've done here is I've placed a hockey stick down the wall side, the house side of the walkway. Yes, we are in Canada, so I'm using a hockey stick as a spacer. That width of the hockey stick on its side like that is exactly the height that the guide board is off the ground there. So you'll see how I'm going to make use of that. This was the most enjoyable part of this project for me. I enjoyed spreading and leveling the stone with the various straight edges I was using and getting it ready for the compacting process. Okay, that's just laid in and scraped level. I'm going to go get the compactor sometime tomorrow, probably around 10 o'clock. Gonna have to pick up some more bags. I had a 16 to start, and with these two I've got 3 left, so 3 left to do that much there. This is going to be very shallow in terms of new crushed stone that's going to go down, but once I tamp it, once I compact it, there's going to be the need for more bags of stones. I'm going to bring today's video to a close. This is getting too long, plus I've got a challenge with some upload speeds where I am right now. In the next video, I'm going to break out that compactor, get busy with that, and then I'm going to put the reinstallation of the bricks into high gear. If you enjoy the videos, please subscribe, like, and share.
Hope you come back for number 2 in this 2-part series.